I kind of wanted to see how the works are progressing at the train station, the main train station in Riga, regarding the Rail Baltica project and all the other things. And I wanted also to get away from Riga for a while, go to Jelgava, which is a town not far out with the suburban rail. So yeah, I thought I could use a chance. After all, it's holidays and I have free day. So why not? One thing regarding the works that there's still not much that can be seen. As you can see here, they've fenced up the area with these orange or red construction thingies, and yeah, well, that's a bit crap because there's no real traffic organization. It's one of the busiest public transport stops in the city, actually near the train station, and people are just packed here, forced at the very edge of the road, and there's some makeshift new bus stops with the lists of all the buses and the timetables just glued next on these poles. So that's kind of mess. But yeah, here's the fenced off Rail Baltic area with all the all the map of the railway and what they plan to build. So construction is ongoing, but so far there's nothing much to be seen like on the tracks or in the central station. It's just area around Central Station Square from the other side, and here's this small slot machine thing, casino or something like that, which should be removed, and it's kind of sad that they are still there in this central location. But yeah, here's the inside of the train station. It's yeah, it's like all kinds of some shops are now open because we've relaxed the restrictions, and now I guess some shops can be opened. But yeah, here you can get cheap lunch. But other than that, yeah, still a lot of restrictions. So I had to wait for a train for half an hour, so I went outside and just walked around the area to see what's happening in Riga. It will be interesting to look at this place in maybe 4 or 5 years to see what has actually changed with the Rail Baltica, because yeah, now there's the beautiful Riga canal, but there will be still a lot of money invested in this area, and from Rail Baltica and also from Riga city. So maybe yeah, I wanted to point out some infrastructure issues there, like these underground walkways under the road. So I think those should be gone, and there was a plan to make like regular street crossings on the street level, but here they wanted to make a big like bike parking area in the future. So maybe that will come true, but I don't know. With all the city lacks money, and we'll see what happens. But currently you have to go down and cross the road in these underground passes, which are like full of some small shops selling crap, and they're badly lit, and of course it's not the great way how to cross the road, especially for people with disabilities and with for people with prams and small children and things like that. Of course the square itself could be improved, because now it's just like an empty field with nothing here. We don't have the historic train station. This is like modernist Soviet stuff, which was upgraded quote unquote in late 2000s, so we have what we have. But yeah, this area can be improved, and there will be some works that Rail Baltica will put there, but some part the city will have to pay for it, and the government. So yeah, here's all the departure board, and all the people selling tickets. But although it doesn't seem that tech friendly, there's actually an app called Mobili where you can buy train tickets online. So I usually use that. It's very easy to do that and just hop on the train and go. And here are our train tunnels. Again, decrepit and they are Soviet looking like. Bold and Bankrupt could go here before Rail Baltica project is over, just to film a Soviet train station and all the things like that. Because nothing really has changed much. It's again problems for people with disabilities. Of course, there are elevators somewhere. I think I haven't used them, but yeah. And here there's no raised platforms or anything. They have just waited for Rail Baltica project to start to sort it all. But yeah, this hasn't seen any changes for a long time. And I'm just glad that in a few years it will end. So yeah, and this is our train. This is ER2T, the workhorse of the Soviet electrichka lines. Electrichka is like Soviet suburban rail, electrified railways. So, and ER2T is like very common in all the ex-Soviet countries, or was. Now, of course, they are being gradually removed, replaced by new trains in all the countries which can afford it. And it was made in Riga, and so at that time Riga was one of the main hubs of train manufacturing in Soviet Union, and now it's all gone, of course. There's a new situation, and in a year or two time we will start to receive new trains from Skoda, Regio Panther, and then all our suburban trains will be replaced. But so far, yeah. And here in the background we can see the diesel trains, the refurbished ones that we have, a few of them, which were also made in Riga several decades ago. But yeah, so there are these CR2T units, which yeah, look like they could do some washing and some cleaning on the outside, but actually, yeah, and this you have to climb up there because we don't have elevated platforms in Riga, and the train is also not low floor, so there's that. But inside there, yeah, they're clean and they are really nice, and actually better looking on inside than outside. But of course they're old trains and we'll have to replace them. Would be kinda sad to see them go. Maybe they can find a new place in some other ex-Soviet countries like Ukraine, Moldova, or one of those which maybe do not have capacity now to replace them with new trains. And we also have modernized versions of this train which are nicer and maybe a bit more better, but still, of course, they are old, and yeah, if we can replace them, we should replace them, and we will replace them finally. So that's good. I don't think that they have like some electric sockets there or anything like that, but yeah, the seats are nice, and the train itself is in a good condition. It's just that it's old, and yeah, you can't do anything with that. I hope this doesn't sound like an ad for Ukrzheleznica, the Ukrainian railway company, but I really wouldn't like these trains to just be sent to the scrapyard. Maybe they have their time already to go there, but yeah, still, it would be kinda sad. And yeah, we're slowly leaving Riga over the river Jelgava. And right next here, in future, in a few years, there will be Rail Baltica bridge right next to these tracks. So we are still like continuing on the same route that Rail Baltica will take. But yeah, it will be a completely new bridge with the bicycle lane and pedestrian crossing. So that's nice, because this bridge doesn't have any of that currently. And this is the other side of the river, Pardalgova. And we are moving closer to Tornikaln station, which with the Rail Baltica will be like the main station on this part of the river, and also much improved, and yeah, all the adding the Rail Baltica tracks and improving the area and sorting out public transport there. It takes 45 minutes to get to Jelgava through Riga, and later on through Olaine, and yeah, and then you go to Jelgava, which is in the direction of Lithuania, and for suburban trains that's actually the terminus. So yeah, here we now are already in Jelgava station, and we can see that there the track stops for the suburban train, and this is the terminus station, and of course there are also tracks to go to further down to Lithuania. As we can see, some freight trains too. And in Jelgava, the situation is of course already better than in Riga because they have elevated platforms and also renovated the tracks and area around the train station, so it's ready to receive the new low floor trains in the coming years. So yeah, there's a public transport stop right next to the station and the place to put the bikes. Many people go by bike to the station and then onwards to Riga. And here's the inside of the train station Jelgava. Not much there. Also the place to buy tickets, some video screens with the arrivals, departures, and small cafe and toilets. Nothing much else. The outside of it, the public transport stop. Doesn't have a lot of buses, but of course always when the train comes, they are there to pick up passengers, or when the train leaves to go to Riga or to other places along the road. So this area, yeah, there's even like Bolt scooters, they are already in Jelgava. And Jelgava is not a big city, it's just 55,000 population or a bit less. So yeah, here's the train station from this side. And yeah, then I was moving away from it towards the city. I will later post second part of video about Jelgava. So here's the monument for liberators of Jelgava from the independence war of Latvia. And yes, that's it. We entered the park and we'll continue in the second part of the video.